Then all of a sudden, the angel of the Lord appears to one person. The angel of the Lord appears to Paul and said, Paul, everything is going to be all right. I like that right there, Pastor. He didn't say that the waves were going to stop. He didn't say the boat wasn't going to get towed up. He didn't say you wasn't going to get wet. He didn't say you were going to have to swim for your life. He just said everything's going to be all right. Sometimes, my brothers and sisters, you just have to go through some stuff and know that everything is going to be all right. So Paul told him, he said, everything is going to be all right. But there's the conditions. Can't nobody leave the boat. I'm stuck right there for a minute, Pastor. Because I'm thinking in my little small carnal mind. If I get a couple of these jokers off the boat going to float a little better. And I even got some people already scoped out that I know I can throw off the boat. Oh, I ain't the only one got some people in your life you can already know you need to throw them off the boat. And you wait for an opportunity to throw them off the boat. I'm not the only one that got some people in the background talking and you tired of listening to them talk. But for whatever reason, God won't let you get rid of them. I ain't the only one in here now. Not the only one. So Paul said, I'm going to take all y'all with me. And when it's time to go, we're going to go. And the Bible says a couple of people want to jump anyway. There are some people that's never going to listen to corrective or constructive criticism. So Paul tells the centurion, if you let them go, we're going to die. So the Bible says that he cut their lifeline. Every now and then, God will cut your enemy's lifeline so they can't do nothing now but see how God's going to elevate you. The Bible says like this, he will make your enemies your footstools. And now, I know it's going to sound like that, but every now and then, you got to put your feet up on your footstool and just look. And ask this question, how you like me now? No, don't do that one. That's me. The Bible says that the ship was destroyed. Some could swim, some could not. Those that could not swim, Paul told them to get a piece of the boat and take it with them. Float on in. Isn't it amazing that sometimes God will cause people to hold on to their past to get them to safety? Sometimes God will cause you to hold on to your past to get you to safety. Because they had to hold on to the boat that was destroyed just to get to the land of promise. Now all of a sudden they're sitting here, it's raining and it's cold. And some good people came by. I discovered that everybody that comes your way is not long lasting. Some of them are temporary. And we try to hold temporary folk too long in permanent situations. And let me prove that right quick, because when you read the text, it says it's real clear they showed us unusual kindness. They were happy to see you come. They were delighted to see Paul and them shipwrecked. There are some people that love to see God use you, and there's people that love to see you messed up. There are some people that celebrate with you. I celebrate when people get blessed. I celebrate. I drive an old Hoopty. I love it. It's mine. I jump in it with pride and hold my head high. It's my Hoopty. Now my kids and my wife, different story. They ain't gonna ride in the Hoopty. No, my wife won't even ride around the corner to the store in the Hoopty. But that's my Hoopty. The kids, they're too young, they don't have a job. They have to get in the Hoopty. So I put the kids in the Hoopty. But I got a friend that just got a brand new Benz, big Benz too. Everything I would want on the Benz. And so I celebrated and shouted right with him, right there. Because I know the same God that gave him the Benz is the same God going to pay off my Hoopty. I know the same God that gave him that is the same God that's going to give me my Hoopty. Because see, I've learned I don't have to have a Benz to be happy in the Lord. As long as I know who he is and what he's capable of doing, I can celebrate right there in the midst with you. So the islanders, they celebrate the fact that you made it, you here. Now Paul is a different kind of breed, Pastor.
Yeah, yes he is. Yes he is.
Because I'm old. I'm prideful. I'm kind of egotistical sometimes. Because I just saved all 216 of y'all. Now y'all want this to follow me. And y'all come back and put this and stroke this fire. And y'all tell me how good I am. And y'all tell me how had it not been for me, y'all wouldn't have made it. And y'all tell me how much y'all love me now. Now y'all tell me I can go home because I'm free. Now y'all go ahead and give me a little something on the side too, because you know I'm done with this. I saved y'all, y'all owe me. That's just me. I'm praying, pray for the church. I'm trying to work that out. But Paul is doing what comes natural to Paul. He's working for the body. He's working for the body. The Bible says that he is gathering sticks for the fire that everybody else is sitting around. He's getting firewood for the people that wanted to kill him, who's sitting around the fire that he helped them get to. He's getting firewood for people around the fire that once talked about him, and now they're being warmed by the fire. He's getting firewood for people that didn't believe his testimony or his conversion, but they're sitting around the fire.
I hear you.
He's getting firewood for people that don't know his God, but he's still allowing them to sit around the fire. I've discovered that you can't stop working for the Lord, even when you get to a point of comfortable.
Yes.
Because when you get too comfortable, you're of no use to God.
That's good.
When you get so prideful, God can't use you.
My God.
But now all of a sudden, the snake of criticism comes up. Let me prove it. Paul is putting firewood down. He's serving the people. He's working in the vineyard for the people. He's loving the church that don't love him. He's loving the guests of the church that don't know him. And all of a sudden, a snake jumps out and bites just him. Let me stay right there for a minute. The snake was already in the fire.
Yes.
While the people around the fire was being warmed by the fire that the snake was in. But when the man of God came up and put more wood on the fire for the people sitting around the fire, then the snake of criticism jumped out. Isn't it amazing that when you're working for the people, a snake of criticism will come out? Has anybody ever been criticized for just trying to do good? You just trying to bless somebody, and all of a sudden they want to talk bad to you, talk bad about you, drag your name through the mud. So the snake bites Paul. Paul, you know, didn't panic. The Bible says he just lightly shook the snake off. Can't do it. I said, lights out on this one. But all of a sudden, the people who didn't know Paul now talking about Paul.
You just said something.
They don't know him, but they talking about him, and they have co-signers who know him. The Bible says that the people, the islanders, the hometown, said he may have got out the water, but he's finna get gotten. I know that's not correct English, but that's what they say. He's finna get gotten. You made it once, you out, baby. And I discovered that the people around the fire who Paul just saved is probably sitting there like, yeah. Because isn't it amazing how people forget what you've done for them?
Yes. What you say now? Right there.
Isn't it amazing that at one minute you was in a boat that was about to kill you, and this same guy you co-signed against told you how to get from danger to safety? Have you ever helped somebody with their utility bill, and when you're in trouble, they phone go to voicemail?
My.
Have you ever had a friend that called you all the time when they're in need, but you know you can't call them at any time? My best friend, we was college roommates. We've been together since 1980. Yeah. I can tell all of that, but it was 80 something. Most of them were born. We were cool. We were ride or dies. He was in my wedding. I was in his wedding. We hung out together. But 2012, I started to realize that he couldn't go over into 2013 with me. Because I realized that what we had been doing is not lining up with what God told me to do.
Say that, Doc.
I had to then leave him so I can be in the will of God.
Come on now.
This been my ride or die boy for a long time, but I discovered every time I turned around, he had something negative to say. He was talking about everybody. My grandmama said it like this: if a dog would bring a bone, so I realized that I had to drop him off because he had signed off on too many negative checks.
Bad chicks.
So Paul was beaten. The neighborhood started talking about him. And then all of a sudden, they started criticizing him. He ain't gonna make it. You know, there's something about Christian folks. Won't we use God for everything? Won't we co-sign up for God on everything? Won't we say, God ain't gonna touch that? But they ain't prayed for you? They ain't prayed with you? And you know what else? They didn't even offer Paul any medical attention.
Right. Support.
They didn't even want to touch Paul because they're so busy criticizing Paul. There are some people who are not going to help you because they're too busy criticizing you. There are some people that want to see you fall instead of lift you up. There are some people that want to see you set back instead of step up. So now Paul is sitting here around all of these haters with a snake hanging off his hand and everybody looking. Because they predetermined, according to the text pastors, his fate.
Oh, but God.
People will judge you based on their perception.
Yes, sir.
Not on the reality of who you are in Christ. I like this part here. The Bible said Paul shook the snake off. I'll go to verse 6. It said, people expected him to swell up and suddenly fall dead, but after waiting a long time and seeing nothing unusual happen, which means they had a plan, happen, they changed their mind and called him a god. I'm going to close right here.
My Lord.
After waiting for him to die, they changed their mind and elevated him to a god. They didn't say they changed their opinion of him. They just changed the calling from him. It didn't say that they loved him the more. It said they just saw him a little different. Let me break this thing home.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
When you read chapter 28, Pastor, it's a third person narrative.
Come on now.
Let me explain what I mean.
Amen. Make it plain.
Third person narrative means Paul is not talking. Chapter 26, Paul is talking to Agrippa. He's testifying on the saving grace of God. Chapter 27, Paul is talking to the centurion about not now, because God has given us a plan.
All right.
Chapter 26, Paul talking. Chapter 27, Paul talking. Chapter 28, verse 1 through 6, Paul quiet. You can read it. Read it for yourself. Paul not talking. I discovered sometimes we talk too much. Sometimes we try to convince people of who God is and what God will do instead of allowing God to show them.